All right, parents, is your child asking you to be homeschooled? Think about that. Has your child asked you to be homeschooled? Okay, listen. If your child is asking you that they want to be homeschooled, there is something going on at that school that you need to find out about. Okay? 9 times out of 10, I'm going to tell you what it is. 9 times out of 10, if your kid is asking you to be homeschooled, that kid is getting bullied. Mark my words, that kid is getting bullied. Okay? And you need to figure it out fast. Okay? Because you don't want your kid to get anxiety. That kid is probably being made fun of. You don't know what's going on in that school that is causing your child to say, "Hey, Dad, Mom, I want to be homeschooled. You know, it's too rough, it's too much. I need more concentration. You know, in class, it's just too much interference and I can't concentrate. Can I please be homeschooled? Can you please find a way to homeschool me?" That's an alert. That's a huge alert. And you might want to think about, talk to your husband or whatever, you know, if you're single, whatever. Talk to yourself. And you need to make a decision, and you need to make a decision quick about homeschooling your child. Okay? Because you don't want your kid to dread going to school and mess around and try to do something to their own selves to prevent them from going to school. Okay? It is very important. This is a very, very serious subject, parents. If your child is asking you to be homeschooled, figure out a way to get them homeschooled. Okay? Let me give you look, I work 40 plus hours a week and I'm able to homeschool my son. So in all honesty, if your child is asking you to be homeschooled, there is no excuses. I'm a 40 plus hour worker, 40 plus, and I still homeschool my son. Okay? I still homeschool. So there's no excuses. Figure out a way. Now understand and remember, if you homeschool your child, you don't have to start at 9 in the morning. You don't have to start at 8 or 7 in the morning. You can start whenever you want. And for the most part, it's only going to take about 4 hours for your child to do their homeschool work. As long as they needle precision concentrate on their work, like my son does most of the time. Sometimes they get distracted. It should, at the most, 4 or 5 hours it should take in between breaks. Okay, so figure out what's going on. Okay, that is a huge red alert. Figure out what's going on at that school, or just simply if your child is asking, you get together, figure out a way to homeschool your child. Okay, if you need some help or anything like that, very simple. You see me, take a look at all my videos. Okay, it will literally set you up for success. It will set you and your child up for success for homeschool. Okay, it's very, very important. Okay, matter of fact, because I do a lot of, you already know, I do a lot of research, and there are kids that are literally crying to their parents to get them to homeschool them. Okay, and some of those kids are being bullied, and they're trying to tell their parents they're being bullied. And you know, I had one parent, and it made me upset because the son was like, "Mom, I'm being bullied at school. Look, could you please homeschool me?" He dreaded going to school. He didn't want to go to school because it was a few bullies at school that was literally bullying him, you know, and getting physical with him. And his mother had the audacity to say, "You boy, don't you come home and somebody trying to bully you, you ain't fighting them." Fighting? I mean, yeah, to a certain extent, you know, but the kid's being bullied. You know what I'm saying? So she said, "Just suck it up and go to school. I got to go to work." See that we can't do that. It's very, very alarming. You don't have no idea of what's going through your child's mind. You have no idea of what that child will actually do to themselves to prevent themselves from going to school. Yes, so I even read a case where, you know, a kid actually kids actually ended their life because they did not want to go back to school because they didn't want to go to school. They wanted to be homeschooled. And the telltale signs was them, telling their parents, hey, Mom, Dad, I want to be homeschooled. I want to be homeschooled. And, when your kid is telling you that, then you need to really, really, really pay attention to what your child is telling you. Okay? This is very serious. This is not a game. This is not a game. We don't play with our kids' lives like this. Okay? These kids are telling you that they want to be homeschooled or they don't want to be at school at all. They're not telling you for no reason. They're telling you for a reason. Okay? And 9 times out of 10, like I said, that kid is getting bullied at school. Okay? That kid is getting bullied at school, and you need to do something about it. Okay? You got to do something about it. When your child tells you, I want to be homeschooled, I need some help, I don't want to go to school, and you ask them, hey, what's going on? What is going on? Tell me what's going on. Don't be passive. Don't be like that parent, the parent that told their child that, you got to deal with it. I can't homeschool you because I have to work. Well, guess what? I work full time. I'm 40 plus hours a week, and I still am able to homeschool my son. Now, I've been homeschooling him since 3rd grade. He's in the 8th grade right now. So I'm just going to tell you, if your child asks you, can you please homeschool me? This is going on. This is going down, and I don't want to be here no more. It's not enough concentration. And it's just not serving me any good. You see my grades are falling. I want to be homeschooled to see if I can concentrate more, okay? You need to handle your business, okay? You need to figure out something. Talk to your husband, talk to your wife, and see if you guys can work something out, okay? Because like I just told you, I'm full-time, and I'm still able to homeschool my kid. Now, 6 years now. 6 years plus that I've been homeschooling my child, and I'm full-time. So there is no excuse. If your child is asking you to be homeschooled, then by all means, find a way to get your child home. If you need some help, all you simply got to do is watch my videos. Okay? I will set you up for success. Okay? I will set you up for success. All right? Remember, parents, take this seriously. Okay? Because like I told you, my son was bullied at school. He came to me and he told me, he said, it's this kid that's bothering me, and I found out what he was actually doing. Okay. So when I found out, I'm like, okay, all right. Didn't want my son to touch him. My son could have mopped the floor with him. My son, I taught him how to fight. Okay. I taught my son how to fight. He could have mopped the floor with that kid, but I told you don't touch that kid, because if you touch that kid, he's the bully. He's messing with you. He's verbalizing you, verbally abusing you. He's standing in front of you and everything, calling you names and stuff. If you touch that kid, you the one that's going to get in trouble. Okay? So we had that understanding. So, pandemic came. Boom. I pulled him out. It's a wrap. Boom. Need a person to concentrate at home. He good. All right? So parents, take it seriously. Okay? I am the Homeschool Dad. I will see you in the next video tip.